friends, it's Tammy with Embellish the Story. Welcome to part 3 of my making a little mini journal. In part 1, we constructed the actual journal, and in part 2, we put the little trims and appliques onto the pages. So in this part, I wanted to construct the cover, and I decided to pick this beautiful lady, and she is in Oohlala Vintage Treasures Biscotti Silk Lady Elegance kit, and that's a beautiful collection, and it has some of the neatest things in it. So I will leave a link to Doreen's Etsy shop where you can find this beautiful lady. And then I have just picked out some trims and some things I think I might use on the cover. So let's just see if I can design. Design a pretty cover. All right, so I like for my and I don't design generally on the journal because I did that one time and then I messed up the whole journal because I didn't like what I did, and I redid it. And so I've learned to pretty much make the journal, the front of the journal, separately and then adhere it to the journal. So I cut this, I have this little piece, whoops, and it's a little smaller than the journal. So I know if I start exceeding that, then I've definitely exceeded the size of the journal. This is an embossed piece. It actually came from a shopping bag that I bought at TJ Maxx. And so I just want to start layering and see what I can do. Now, she's very neutral, but she lends herself well to, I think, 2 hints of pink. So I'm going to pull in a little bit of pink, hopefully, into this, because there was so much pink in that journal. So generally what I do is I put down some really pretty things, and then I wind up covering them. I am notorious for that, and I've just accepted that's what I do. So there is a good bit of texture here, and there's a good bit of texture here. So I'm thinking I've got a lot of texture going on. Okay. Maybe if I put this really soft pink here, then even though that lace has texture, it's so delicate. It's a delicate, delicate baby pink. So I think I'm going to try that. Then this is pretty. It's really beigey. This one is white, but I did bring in the white with the doily. So that's really pretty. And so I've got a lot going on there. Okay, I think I'm going to pretty much do this and then see what else we want to do. Alright, so I've got the doily down, and then I was going to put some of this lace around the image. So I'm just going to a little bit of glue there, and then try to bunch it without really burning my fingers. Didn't put enough glue. bit. I'm just going to try to ruffle it a little bit. Okay, so I've got some pink, the tiniest hint of baby pink tucking out of from behind her. And then we can put that there. Okay. So I'm just going to put this down. I think I'm going to put her at a little bit of an angle. So that's pretty. And if we just stop there, that's a pretty cover. But you know, I'm going to keep going. So I wanted to have like a long piece of lace here. I think that's really pretty. So I'm going to put this lace down. I don't need all of this. It's going to give me a lot of bulk, so I'm going to cut off at least that part. And then put this lace on. So that looks like the front. And I want it to kind of cascade. Okay, so I want it to kind of go a little bit sideways. So I'm going to put the glue kind of along the line I know to follow. And I'm going to get this on there. Okay, so that's a little bit, it has a little bit of a diagonal to it. So let's see how we're doing. So that's pretty. And then I think I might try, I have this, let's see. I have this piece of pink lace that is off the top. I thrifted, and that will pull in some more pink. And this is a soft pink also. So that will pull in some more pink. So I like that. So I'm actually going to put this on the journal itself. And I'm just going to bunch it and let it kind of give the journal some fabric, but also pretty much cover that in a cloth-like. Am I on? Okay. So it's going to give it just a fabric like journal top. Let's see, I'm going to bunch the rest of it after I get the image on. So I think for this part, and you barely see that pink in there, but it definitely gives it the layered effect. Okay, so I'm finally going to put my image on. All right. So I'm going to go up under all this and put on my image. Y'all, this takes a lot of concentration for me. Okay. The cover is my most challenging part. I want it to be really pretty, and I just have a way I like for the cover to look. I don't like that corner. See that corner? So I'm just going to pull, see if I can pull this and tuck this in. Let's see, I couldn't. Let's see. So I might have to add, here's another bit of that lace. I might just have to add this in there, and you really can't tell that it wasn't there originally. That's the thing I love about junk journaling, and one thing that really attracted me about it is that you don't have to be perfect. And because I love when people have a lot of those straight, pretty lines in their, you know, in what they do. I'm like, that is so amazing. But I really have a hard time making a straight line, so. Okay, she's kind of extending off the journal, which is fine. I'm just going to make sure I put her down good on the side. All right, because she's a little bit off. You can't really tell. So I've got all these layers, so that's a lot. And I thought about using part of this applique. There's this pearly part, and then there's this that I used on the inside, and I thought about putting that. And I kind of like this because it pulls in. It's a kind of a pearl. It's kind of a, it's not a pink, but it's definitely not a white pearl. Okay. Is that going to be enough? Let's see if that's going to be enough. I'm not sure how much to cut here. I'm going to cut this much. Let's see what happens. Right. To be very protective of those pearls. Okay, let's just cut this much. Oh, that's pretty. See how it's pearly on the edge and then it tapers off into a sequin. So I think I'm going to put that right here. Kind of lost some of that embossed paper. The thing about layering is when I lose the layer, and I've said this a million times, there's still something about the eye sees that there's a lot going, that there's a lot of layers. And it just makes a big difference, even when I cover things up. All right. So that was putting that pearl on. And then I had these little pieces, and there, thought about putting those up there. Or do I want to bring back a little piece of this pearl? I think that's what I want to do. I just want to put a little bit of that at the top. And just finish it like that. I'm going to put that little bit on. Okay, what do y'all think? What do you think? I think it's very pretty. Very, very pretty. Very feminine. She is so elegant. She's so, so elegant. And then these pearls were just enough of a, it gives it a little bit of sparkle, but they're elegant. So I love it. It's taken on its personality. To me, journals take on a personality. And it's really starting to take on a personality. So the next thing we're going to do is add our embellishments and put final touches on the journal, and this little beauty will be done. So thank you guys for joining me today and being patient with me as I thought through this cover. Covers really are my most challenging aspect of making a journal. So I hope you have a great day, and thank you so much for stopping by and for spending time with me. Always remember to embellish the story, and we will have the embellishment part soon. See you guys.